Good afternoon, everyone. Warmly welcome to the Life Hacks and Fun Facts event. My name is Anett Arvai. I'm the head of the Hungarian Studies programs, where we teach international students and where we teach Hungarian and international students about how to teach international students. I'm an intercultural linguist originally, and I'm so happy to have our guest today, Osaid, who will share with you some very important experiences and good experiences, as I know. So thank you for coming. And can you please introduce yourself in a few words?
Sure. Hi everyone. I'm Osaid. I'm actually fourth year student here in the University of Szeged, and I'm originally from Pakistan. I've been living here, and I like to do these kinds of stuff, so that's why I took part here. And yeah.
Thank you. So let's get started from the beginning of your story. So why did you choose Szeged? Why did you move here?
Okay, so moving to Szeged was more like Szeged chose me more than I chose Szeged. So I got a scholarship here. So I was after my high school, I was looking for ways to move abroad from Pakistan. So I started applying for scholarships and stuff. And some of my friends were already here in Hungary. So in Budapest, in Page, but not in Szeged. But they told me about this scholarship stuff, and I was like, okay, it looks good, the things are good. And then I researched a bit, and University of Szeged is like one of the best universities here. So I was like, okay, I'll apply here. So it was my first choice, and I got in there very easily. So then I got the scholarship also. It all happened just in divine timing, and then I moved here. So that's why I moved Szeged. I mean, when I came here, it was a new city. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know it didn't have an international airport. I was looking for flights from Islamabad to Szeged directly, but I couldn't find anything. I was like, why is it taking me to Budapest? And then I was like, oh, then I got okay. Then I have to go from Budapest to Szeged by train. So okay, so then I came here. It was a new city, but after living here for like more than 3 years, I really love this place. Yeah, so that's why I moved to Szeged.
And we can finish the conversation right now because we could hear very wonderful sentences, but now we are going into details. So, what's your major actually? So, what do you study?
Yeah, I'm doing my bachelor's degree in business administration and management. So it's actually my last semester right now, and I'm graduating this semester, hopefully. And yeah.
Okay. Before this conversation, we got together in a Zoom, and you mentioned that you already started working. Can you share some information on that?
Yeah, so wanted to like start my career early. Like so I my when I ended my first year, I started applying to jobs in corporate sector in Hungary, and after a lot of rejection emails, somehow I got into one company, and I it was actually like I started working in this company. Its name is Diageo. It's in Budapest, and I've been working in this company for like 2 years now. And it's good because in business degree, it's important to gain experience with your within during your degree, because like this is that kind of major. The more you have experience in the field, the more it's better. So yeah, and I'll be starting my full time in this company like in January when I graduate from this university. Yeah. So yeah.
This is really wonderful. We actually jumped to the end of the story. So, but then just let's get started right from the beginning when you got off the airport. What were the first challenging experiences you had to face?
Okay, so first when I landed in Hungary, it was like incredibly cold in those days. I don't know how, and related to as compared to Pakistan, where I come, it's a very hot country. And when I came here, I wasn't expecting it to be this cold a little bit. So that was how I experienced when I landed. But more of the thing that was really a challenge, that it was like almost the end of COVID, but still COVID time. So when I came here, it was like everywhere I had to wear mask and stuff. But in Pakistan, it's not like this. It's really, even if there was COVID, no one like really cares there. And like everyone was just going around spreading it away. When I came here, it was actually like precautions and mask and like everywhere. I was like a bit like frustrated. I was like, why is this happening? And I think that was something that was challenging for me in the start a lot. And
Sorry, you mean the strictness on wearing masks?
yeah, strictness on the COVID stuff, like inside the bus, and like a couple of times, like I took it off because I was not used to it. The bus driver really like pointed out me to wear it again, so it was kind of a weird experience in the start. So that was something. Apart from that, when I came, the big challenge for me was the immigration stuff, and like it was like the papers and going to the offices, and that was something that I struggled in the start. Like,
So is bureaucracy still hard and still complicated for you, or it was only at the beginning?
I mean, it's easier now because I know the processes, and I mean, it's easier now. But when I first came, there was a lot of stuff to do. And it was really challenging going to this office, that office, not even knowing which office, what to take there. And so, like the first month, I was almost running to offices and stuff. So I think that was something that was a little bit challenging in the start, and I think it could be made easier for people because you're already coming from like a different place, and that was something a little hard, but I got through it.
Would you expect any kind of help from the university in this procedure to get your visa?
I mean, visa I already had, but the thing is that university does what they can do. There was like a onboarding kit for us in which they were explained, okay, so you have to go to this office, this office, this office, but it looks simpler on paper than it is actually. So that's, I think university does it part, but maybe it can be a little bit more assistance if the information is a little more updated, because the information that I found was a little bit old and it was not really very relevant at that time. So yeah.
Did the secretaries speak good English? So was it a language barrier?
Yeah, there was a language barrier. People did not speak English, and it was a bit hard to communicate with them in the start. But so yeah, that was one part of it, and I think um, uh, language barrier is a thing. I would not deny it.
Okay, so language came to as an issue. So did you try learning Hungarian?
Yes, I did in the start, but I had like in the university there we had like courses for A1, A2. I learned it pretty well. I had oral exam and I could speak a little, but then I got into other stuff and really now I don't know anything again. But I intend to learn it. It's a great language. I love how it sounds, and I really want to learn it again. But now I know this much that I can go to offices and survive there. So it's okay for me now.
Okay, so then you arrived to Szeged and moved into, where did you start? An apartment or dormitory?
A dormitory.
How was it?
It was really far outside of the city. That was the hardest thing that I have ever done in my life. So I came there. It's like really outside of the city, and there's like a bus every half an hour or an hour, and I had to share like an apartment with 6 people. I was not used to that. My room with 2 other people. I was not used to that. So that was something a little challenging because all my life I stayed in my own room in at my home in Pakistan. So I mean, I knew this would be, but when it actually comes on you, feel like, oh my god, now it's actually happening, and it was. So the dorm was a bit hard part, but I mean that actually takes out the burden of looking for apartment in the start. So I was like, okay, dorm is good.
And you moved out from the from the dormitory, right? After a year or
No, after 1 semester, I moved out.
Oh, one semester. Okay.
I couldn't take that anymore. I just moved to my own apartment then.
Okay, what an experience. Yeah, I can imagine. How about cultural differences? So you started your classes, and that's the first difficulty you have to face. Did you find the teaching style or the access to materials or the lecturing style different or challenging?
Uh, cha- It was like I found it a little bit easier than Pakistan because it was a little more chill, a little more people were giving more space. There was not attendance was not compulsory, and like where I come from, if I compare it to Pakistan, it was a whole lot easier for me because it's very strict there. So, but it was a little bit different because. For some professors they were not really very good in English, so it was a little bit hard to understand some things, especially in technical subjects like mathematics stuff. So but I think teaching style in this university is good. I would say that they don't make you overwork, at least in my faculty. I'm not saying what happens in other faculties. In GTK it is good, so it was okay for me.
Okay, so good news for those who would like to study this field.
Yeah, business.
Okay,
Yeah,
we should interview other students from other faculties whether
sure.
they share
Yeah,
this, because what you are saying, it sounds like fun, right?
for me it was good.
You,
Yeah.
you were not
Yeah.
overwhelmed. Very good. At the beginning, you mentioned with regard to the COVID masks that you think Hungary or Hungarian rules were stricter. Do you think in general that we keep rules stricter than in your culture?
Yes, yes, that's true. But I would say this kind of like stuff in daily life you have to do. This is a little bit stricter because in Pakistan it's. I mean, it's a third world country, and you can see like things are more chill. You can get away with stuff easily there. But here, I mean, these types of things, it's good. I mean, I'm not saying it in a negative way. It's good to have these kinds of rules for protection of people and protect. It's for my own protection also. But when you're not used to it, so it's a little bit like that. But overall, I would not say that the rules are strict that makes life difficult. Life is easier here than Pakistan, so that's how I would compare it.
Thank you. So back to the cultural differences. Can you mention any other which disturbed you or which you found weird?
About the cultural differences, everything was different. So that's true. I would not deny it. But like something that it was so different, but it was in a positive way because I was expecting it kind of to be, that was the main one of my motives to move here so that I could live in a culture which is more like people. I feel like people here like to actually live their life and romanticize it. Like on the bars are full on weekends and the clubs are full on the Friday night, Saturday night, and like there are a lot of festivals and stuff. So that stuff is so different from where I come from, and so everything was like entirely new for me as per in daily life. But it was something I was looking forward to. So I actually enjoyed that stuff, to be honest. So and I still like love it more every day now. So, but the thing is that I actually had a lot of cultural shocks here. And this, for example, public display of affection. It was never in Pakistan. Yeah, there's you can't really see that. But here I was like, okay, oh, this is good. Like it's actually like I can be myself here. Like everyone is open and like it can. I mean, Hungarians maybe would not agree with me because I've heard from some Hungarian friends that Hungary is very conservative as per their mindset. But where I come from, if I compare, this is heavenly for me.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning PDA, so public display of affection, because it's a very common thing that my international student mentioned, and all of them are very much surprised at it, no matter where they come from. So I think from that respect, Hungary is a little bit different. I mean, this is it in this situation. This is a sign of tolerance, maybe, but if you enjoy it, it's fine. But for other students, it might be just too much. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be much for some people because they are like they want to live kind of the same way like their background, so they find it a bit hard to adjust. But yeah, that's true.
Now, let's talk about another frequent problem, time treatment. So, do you think that Hungarians treat the time or keep the deadlines and they are always on time? Is that a problem for you, or have you found a difference in that?
Time deadlines, I mean, it's okay. I mean, the thing is that there are deadlines here. That's the difference. Before coming to Hungary, there was no deadlines in my life. because like it's like mostly you can just do stuff anytime. Just but yeah, deadline stuff is like especially in my faculty, the deadlines are strict, I would say. Like for example, submission of assignments and stuff in first semester, I missed some points in some degree in some subjects because of this, because I was like, okay, maybe they will extend it or it would be lenient, but that they actually keep deadlines there, especially in the university, I would say.
Yeah, but you said that that's not that important or not significant in your culture, but it's just hard to imagine for me as a Hungarian. So can you illustrate it? Like, you don't have deadlines, or the deadlines are not taken that seriously?
There are deadlines, but they're extended easily. Like if you even in a university in Pakistan, I don't have an experience because I directly came here after my high school. But there's some people, other Pakistanis or like subcontinent people who tell about, like it's sometimes like in that region of the world, like it's easier to like take it easy, and like that people are also lenient, they don't really respect deadlines that much, and you can, it's not like in a negative way, it's just how things work there. That's how it should work there, and that's why it works there. So that's something is different that I found from here, but actually I think it made a positive impact. I started to complete some stuff on time, and right now I'm also like have my thesis deadline this semester, so I know it won't be extended, so I think I'll complete it in time because of that.
That's very interesting. So you started to change a bit.
Yeah, I did. I changed a lot since I came here.
Have you realized what's the biggest change you realize in yourself?
The biggest change, like when I came here, I was really I was closed off to some ideas. Like some things, I was like didn't really, I was a bit judgmental about stuff. Even though I had this mindset that I will become a better person and I will evolve, but when you have stuck in your ways a little bit, so I think I am not a judgmental person anymore, and I am more open-minded in stuff, and these are the changes that I can see in myself, and like I'm able to tolerate more what other people have to say in their opinions. Otherwise, I was like, my opinion, I always thought it was the right thing. So this is because of exposure, because I've met a lot of people from different parts of the world here, and I've seen like, okay, I may be wrong in some things, and I can learn from some other people also. And but so I mean, I would say that a little bit like these changes are very evident in me, and I think that I would say.
Thank you. Yes, so far basically we focused on the differences between Hungary and your culture, but we can even expand this question to the multicultural classroom. So because whenever you go into the classroom or whenever you go socializing, you will not only meet Hungarians, but also other international students. So it's like a really like a multicultural experience. So it's just the reason why we are focusing on what was difficult in Hungary to help you who are watching us here or in front of the YouTube. How can you cope with these cultural differences between Hungary and your culture? So we talked about time treatment and the PDA. What about socializing? Did you find friends here, international Hungarians, easily, or was it difficult for you?
It's not always easy, the you find like in your comfort zone is like to hang out with other Pakistanis. Maybe it would be easier that way.
Absolutely,
Speak same language and stuff. But I did not want to do that. I did not want to stay in a closed group. So I actually, from the time in the start, I was making an effort to actually like socialize with. It was not easy, especially with Hungarians also, because not a lot of people speak very good English. But with other people also, like from other parts of the world, I mean, but I think it's very important to do that, and that's something that I pre-decided before I moved. That okay, these are some things that I need to do. I don't want. So right now, if I see, I have more international friends than Pakistani friends, and I think that mostly came from my faculty, from my group works, and from some social events that I attend in the city, like student events and stuff. So that's, I would say, it's something that you should do, but not a lot of people are comfortable doing that. So I've seen a lot of people like stay in their own country groups, like Pakistanis with Pakistanis. And I know it's easier that way. It's your comfort zone. But I think I believe in getting out of your comfort zone a little to actually, because then you are growing as a person, in my perspective. So yeah.
Absolutely. And you are a lucky person that you can do that, because some people have so many, they are more reserved and it's not easy for them to open up. And you said you also have Hungarian friends. So how did you get in contact with them at the beginning?
I mean, mainly from my classroom. Like one of my classmate in my faculty also works with me in my workplace in the same team. So it's like mainly from, I think, from my classroom, and more than that, from some social events like ESN events, for example, here in the city that happens. And I think that's how I more mixed up with the people, because whenever like there used to be group work and stuff, I always try to make friends and make like groups with, not with Pakistanis in my class, and like maybe with some other people, so that maybe I can learn from a fresh perspectives. And mostly of them were always Hungarians, because I wanted to do that. So that's how I think more. And also I have a Hungarian friend here. I met her in like last year, I think. We did like a event together in International Olympiad. So I mean, these kinds of you have to be a little bit social to do that. If you are more staying in your home, then it's harder to make Hungarian friends or meet Hungarians.
Can you recommend a few places that you attended or you still go and you like in Szeged?
Yeah, I would say more like international student parties. That's, and more like ESN events, like 2-3 events every week they're happening. I don't go to all of them now because now I'm a bit like busy with stuff, but I used to go to more of these events earlier. And it's like really good to mix up with people, and like they have different kinds of stuff, interactive. Like I also went to trips to other cities in Hungary with people who were complete strangers to me.
Wonderful. Where did you go?
I went to Balaton. I went like to Tihany and Shiofok, Balaton Fured. I mean, so it was like a 2 days trip, and we stayed the night also there in a big house we rented. It was part of a ESN trip. So that was a good bonding experience. I like that's something that really helped me. I would say these are the events mainly to do that. Also in class, the best opportunity is to your classmates in that way, because you interact with them more if you go to classes.
Absolutely, and then you meet them regularly. So if you started working with them, then
you work with them, you do your courses with them. So it's I think the more interaction. So you just have to mainly find options to interact with people.
Now, a personal question: when you contact your old friends back at home and your family, what would you say that this is what I like about Hungary? So what would be on your priority?
What I tell them in people in Pakistan, I mean, they have no idea how life is going on here. If I tell them, they will never relate to it, not even a little bit. It's a whole different world. So I'm not saying it in a negative way. They are really happy there. So, I mean, I was not that happy there. So that's why I felt the need to move out. But they will not relate to it. But I tell them about stuff, and like this kind of, we have this festival and that festival, and we're doing this, and we like have but they don't relate because there's not a lot of this kind of events going on. Life is a bit more fast there, big cities, and more like people, and like when I talk about public transport, for example, they can never relate, because in Pakistan we don't have it very regularized. More people use their own cars. It's a little bit different for them to relate. So, but I post a lot of stuff on my Instagram, and I have my friends follow them, and they always see it, and they sometimes ask about stuff. Okay, what you're doing there? I just tell them, and they are like, okay. So I mean, I've also inspired some people from Pakistan to also come to Hungary also after me. So yeah,
this is wonderful. So you could open an information center, because you created Instagram posts so people can follow you, and
Yeah, I like to post some stuff, like just
That's very nice.
stories and stuff.
You mentioned that the public transportation is not that very strongly organized in your culture, and so
Yeah, it's not very common to have
not very common.
like in here in Hungary or maybe in other European countries also it's good. But in Pakistan it's more like harder to navigate it, harder to use it a little bit. I never used, for example, personally public transport when I was there. Always used my dad's car.
When did you start driving?
At 18
when
years of
can
age.
you?
18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do people do under 18? The parents take them everywhere, so they drive them.
And other than that, I think for schools and colleges, universities, there are like university buses and stuff. This is a culture there. Like university has a bus; it picks people from all the city. And
University bus, so not even high school bus, because I heard about high school buses in the US and in other countries, in Germany, but even university buses.
Yes, there are some universities. They have some big universities. They have like, for example, in the city where I used to live, they used to like pick and drop people. They had like different routes for different buses, so that's common there. That the universities have buses to pick people and also drop them off in the evening. So that's the kind of.
That's very practical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like because people live really far away from the universities, big cities. It's like not Szeged. There's like not like you can just go on a bicycle to university. So that's why. Yeah.
You mentioned that you come from a big city which is busy and which is very fast. Did you find Szeged, or didn't you find Szeged too small and too slow? Because this is a comment I was told by many international students.
Yeah, I found it a little bit like that. I was like, okay, there are no people after 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. And I was like, okay, that's a little strange. Like, but yeah, I got used to it. But in the start, I used to think like, okay, where are all the cars? Where is the traffic jam? Where is like
Do you miss the traffic jam?
I don't miss it. I don't miss it, but I used to wonder why is it not here? And there's like in Pakistan, there are also like those I don't know some cart people selling stuff on roads. It's not here, you don't see it a lot. So those were the things like of a big city, and you don't see them a lot in Szeged. So I was like, but it felt so peaceful to me. I was like, okay, after 6 p.m., just go for a walk and like less people, less noise, less like cars. So it's actually a positive change, but it felt like a big change to me when I came here.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So if you need the stress and the speed, you just get on a train and go to Budapest. I mean, the train is a stress already, right?
Yeah, train is from Szeged to Budapest. It's like
it's a challenge.
Yeah, it is a challenge. It's never on time. I would say always 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes late. Like once the train got stuck, it was a rainy night last year in winters. It was a rainy night, and all night we were stranded on a train. The next morning, I came to Szeged. I was coming from Budapest to Szeged actually, and all day we were in Szeged. All night in Szeged, there was no train, and like 150 people, 100 people were on the road. We were waiting for 2 hours to rescue someone. Oh, it was a weird thing that happened. Train got stuck there, but it's actually I think pretty okay because I go to Budapest regularly, so it works for me. But yeah, I would not really complain about it because I never had that before.
And you are very tolerant. You said that.
I am tolerant. Yeah.
Yeah, you get used to changes. Yeah. But is there anything you couldn't get used to in Hungary, which is still, this is something you would avoid?
I don't think so.
Ah, wonderful. So, yeah. So maybe later it will turn out. But
maybe.
if it was very strong emotion that.
Yeah. I mean, once I come out of my student life and lose the student discounts, then maybe I feel like okay. My salary is not too much for this expensive. So yeah.
And my last question is very easy and very practical. What about food? I know your culture has very different cuisine. So did you find the tastes here? Because that's usually something which is very important to feel home.
Yeah, it's way less spicy here. Like when I first came, I used to think like there is no taste in Hungarian food.
Really?
Yeah,
no taste, you say?
No taste really because it's very strong taste and spice in Pakistan, and here the food is very different. Very, but there's also like some Pakistani Indian restaurants here, so I can also get a taste of that if I want to. But the food here, Hungarian food is good, but I mostly like eat like Turkish or desi food or Turkish food here, and but it feels like a little less in taste to me even now. But I'm getting more used to it, and like my spice tolerance was really high when I came here. I could eat very
Yeah.
spicy food, but
Yeah.
now I can't even put that much spice in my own food when I make it because I don't have that much now. So I feel like my spice tolerance is lower now, closer to Hungarians.
That's very interesting because then it seems that within 2 years it changed. So it's kind of like the tolerance for spice or
Yeah,
tolerance for non-spice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's that's why I find the food everywhere a little bit more nicer. So I eat out more now. Yeah.
Do you cook?
Yes, I do. I do. Yeah.
And can you find the spices here?
You mean Pakistani spices?
Yeah, Pakistani
Yeah, I
spice. Can
can.
you
There
find
are
them
there.
here?
Yes, I can.
What's the best? What's the shop?
There's a shop named Kohinoor Bazaar in Mariyutsa, and I can buy all kinds of Pakistani stuff there if I want to.
That's an important piece of information for those who really miss those special spices that we don't use. Do you have a favorite Hungarian food?
I would say Kurtosh Kalács.
Kürtös kalács, yeah, the chimney cake. That's
That's
sweet.
good. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So these were the questions we prepared for today, and now I turn to the audience. So feel free to ask any questions if you are interested in any topics. Yes, I think a microphone or is needed. Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
So your current course, is it 3 years?
What?
Your current course, you're in your third year?
Yeah, I'm in my last semester because it's 7 semesters. So 6 semesters are done, 3 years done. So my fourth year has started now.
But it's only a half year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a culture shock for me because that doesn't happen where I come from. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you going to stay and maybe do a master's?
I'm staying in Hungary. I'm going to be working full time now, not masters right now.
So you said you're going to work. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm staying in Hungary for a full time job, and then later I'll see. I don't know if I'll do a master's. Yeah.
Anything else? Yeah, sure. As many as you like. We still have time.
How long did it take you to discover cooking or?
Kohinoor. Oh, yeah. I think one day. I had some like couple of Pakistani people here when I came. I met them and they told me about it instantly. So I was like, yeah.
I've been here like 10 years. I only discovered it like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. I mean, you must have a lot of that kind of stuff in UK.
Yeah, loads. Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing I like about cooking or is you can get shortbread there, Scottish shortbread. So
Oh, okay.
it's the only place I know you can get it in.
Yeah, they have a lot of international food. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Any other questions? Okay, as long as you are thinking about your question, I have one more.
Yeah.
So you said there were a couple times where you left Szeged and you visited other Hungarian towns and maybe smaller places. Have you recognized any differences between Szeged and other towns?
Yes, there are a lot of differences. Like people are nicer here.
Nicer here?
Yes, nicer here as compared to, for example, I went to Pékés Csaba, and
Békés Csaba, east of Hungary?
I know my pronunciation is not very good, but
No, it was perfect.
oh, okay. And I also went to like Page and like all the Balaton surrounding places. And I find like people are more nicer here. For example, when you cross the road, even the trams stop here for you. But in those cities, it was a bit like the cars were like jumping on you, and I was like, okay, this doesn't happen in Szeged. So, so it's the people are more like nicer here, tolerant here. I think it's more chill, even more than Budapest. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And how about openness? Do you find Hungarian people open to international students? Or did you experience any kind of negative thing?
Mm, yeah, I mean, I would say the older Hungarian people are not really very open. I would say in like public transport and stuff, they keep staring at you as if like, I don't know, you have come from some other planet or something. But
And what do
younger,
you do? What do you do if they stare? Yeah, I keep mentioning the
nothing.
Hungarians are they do stare, especially
Only
in
the
public
older people,
transportation.
and
Yeah.
like public transport is always like 60% older people. So it's like, but the younger people I've found like nice classmates also, and they are more like good. I've like went along with them nicer, but the older people are a bit like it's a bit hard to. But I'm used to it now, so it's. But it was like some people really mind it when you come from some other place and you see that okay, why are they doing it? But I was more like I didn't really notice this was happening. One of my friends once we were on a bus and she told me, I was like, do you see how they all stare? I was like, really, do they stare? And then I was like, I started noticing that. I was like, oh, why did you like tell me? I was really I don't really notice a lot of stuff happening around me, so it was I couldn't see it, but then I started to see it, and I was like, okay, yes, this is a thing. They are like keep on looking at you. They don't really look anywhere else. That's a little bit.
Yeah, but it is not something is not easy to handle. So when my students complain that they are that was a very strong stare and it really bothered them, so they felt very uncomfortable. So I think what you are doing is actually ignoring those stares, and that's a wonderful coping strategy.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
coping
so
mechanism.
we could recommend this.
I don't notice a lot of stuff around me happening very much. I'm like in my own zone. So if someone really makes me notice something, then I'm like, oh, okay. So
But
that's
you never got into a hard discussion or debate or fight or anything.
no. They don't say anything. No one says anything in my experience. Maybe further it's different. I'm not saying my experience is the standard experience that everyone have because for everyone it's different. But no one really said anything. But sometimes like the driver of the bus is also like not really listening to you if you want to say something to him. So but not a bad experience happened to me, but only this kind of stuff, observation stuff.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
very good to hear this. So that's what we wish to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
I have a question, if I may, because you're on the topic of interactions between people and what surprised you, positive or negative. Were there any things that you were, how do I say, worried about or afraid of before you came here that some people would be a certain way to or not, or such, or not really?
Um,
Don't want to share, it's fine. I mean,
no. The thing is that I'm just thinking about because when I came here, I really didn't know that this thing was a thing. If racism is a thing or someone like I never really thought about it. But when I came here, I started to notice and like being afraid, like maybe. Uh, I was afraid of maybe getting into a fight when I'm partying at night because I see a lot of people really, really drunk. And I was like, okay, maybe that's a little. In the start, I used to feel that when I first got because I never partied in my life before Hungary because there are no clubs in Pakistan to party. I had my first.
There's sorry to interrupt. No clubs in Pakistan.
No. It's not a thing there. And I mean, alcohol first time I tasted when I came here
Okay.
in Hungary also.
Okay.
So it's like, so I mean, it's the thing that that was a little bit. I was like, oh, okay, maybe.
I understand the fear. I feel it too sometimes.
Yeah, that's the thing. You feel like okay, if someone is too out of control, you can't do anything about it. So, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
So, what is your favorite alcohol then?
What's your favorite club?
Oh, my favorite club is Dock in Szeged.
Doc?
Yeah.
The boat one.
The boat one, yeah. That's good. Favorite alcohol is I would say Johnny Walker, Black Label whiskey. I mean, I work in an alcohol company to be honest. It makes alcohol. Johnny Walker is owned by the company where I work at. So I'm not like a regular drinker. I just drink like sometimes in parties or maybe if I go out with friends sometimes. But yeah, Johnny Walker whiskey, I would say. I don't like beer. But people love beer here. I see big bottles of beer
Yeah.
people have, but I don't really like that. But yeah, Johnny Walker, yeah.
What about Hungarian wines?
Pálinka, yeah, I tried Pálinka. I
But
tried
not wines.
Pálinka, yeah.
Not wines.
No, not once.
Yeah, Unicum. Unicum is something like Jägermeister, the Hungarian version.
I don't understand that. What do you
It's
mean?
called Unicum.
It's a
Unicum.
alcohol.
It's an alcohol. It comes with a red cross on the bottle. It's like a bowl-shaped bottle.
I have no experience. I Hungarian stuff like Hungarian alcohol, only Pálinka I know, and I have tried
Okay.
only that, yeah, at a friend's house.
Yeah, so something to try tonight.
I mean, it's a Tuesday night, so
Yeah, just
I
one.
think I'll wait for Friday.
Small shot.
Okay.
I don't mean more. So if there are no more questions, then we would like to. You would like to recommend a program?
Oh yeah. So one of my professors at the faculty, he's also a part-time DJ here in the city. So he asked me to tell you guys about an Afro-beats party and a Bollywood party on this Friday and next Saturday at the Bunker Pub. It's free. You can come and you can just. He's a good DJ. He plays good music, so I can guarantee that. So you can dance the night away.
Thank you
Yeah.
for this recommendation. So a lot to do in Szeged. There's so many programs. And I'd like to call your attention to the SZTE alma mater. It's a Instagram and Facebook site, and also there's a website, the unisegedalumni.com. So you will find further information on the Facebook. So thank you for being here, and thank you for watching us. And we wish you a very happy and successful semester and years.
Thank you, everyone.